Hello? All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm fucking stupid, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm dumb as I was being petty. I was being immature. I was triggered. I reacted, and I shouldn't have done any of that shit. All right. So I'm gonna just go through everything, and after this, y'all can hold it to me. I will never, ever speak about past drama from my old workplace again. I fucked around and I found out. And you know what? I deserve to find out. I shouldn't have said any of that shit. So I definitely do feel like it got blown out of proportion and people were drawing crazy conclusions, which is why I initially deleted the tweet. I'm just gonna start from the beginning, okay? I'm even gonna show pictures of the tweet I made. I don't want to hide from this. I'm not trying to. The whole reason I deleted the initial tweet is because I didn't want this to happen. I said it, so it did. I woke up, was sent a video by someone, a friend of mine, who knows I had my personal issues with the person that the subject of the video was about. I ended up tweeting this. All I'm saying is the reason the podcast only lasted 2 episodes. I can't really say names or be uber specific in any of this because I'm not trying to get sued, but I am trying to be as clear as possible so that people can like relax and there's not all this like speculation, you know? So I tweeted this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this was petty as fuck. There was no need for me to tweet this. This post was up for like, I think 10 minutes at the most. And then I was like, I'm an idiot, and I deleted it. And then after I deleted it, because I knew I was stupid, I tweeted these 2 tweets, and these are still up. Never mind. I feel like it's irresponsible to be vague given the circumstances, and to be honest, I want to stay in my own lane. Even if I personally dislike someone, which is the person I tweeted about and the person the video was about, that doesn't give or remove credibility from a third-party story. So basically what I'm saying is like, even if I dislike person A, someone else having a different issue with person A, me having like a separate issue doesn't make the third party's issue any more or less legitimate. My issue and their issue with the same person is separate. That's what I was trying to say, right? The reason I ended up tweeting the first tweet initially is I essentially watched the video. A lot of you guys know well, not a lot of you, but some viewers of mine, I was groomed growing up. So the way that I saw the person in this video typing to others, it honestly triggered me, okay? I don't really get triggered by a lot of stuff, but it did trigger me because it reminded me of the way that I was spoken to in certain contexts and manipulated, and so I was mad. Now, what makes me extra stupid for getting mad about this, if you guys need proof or whatever about me being groomed, I'm like, there's a video on my extra channel where I talk about it, but I'm not here to, that's not important, okay? I'm just explaining why I was triggered, okay? Me being triggered does not justify me making the tweet. I'm just explaining why I felt justified in the moment to make the tweet. But that doesn't mean like in retrospect and from an objective point of view, it was a good fucking decision, because it wasn't. So yeah, the way the typing was in the screenshot like really irritated me, and I don't know if the messages in the video are real, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea, but I will say what I do know is real. So I already didn't like this person, not because of these allegations specifically. I didn't like them prior to this due to the way that me and them interacted, the way they treated me and some of my friends. We just weren't compatible friends. And I'll be completely honest, since I feel it's not right to hide this aspect of the puzzle piece, I really don't want to talk about this, because if I don't talk about it, I'm seen as protecting a predator. If I do, I'm seen as being messy. So to be honest, I'm going to be as vague as possible. But another reason I didn't like this person is because there were some stories going around and some things I saw where they behaved weird towards women. Okay. Nothing criminal, nothing to the extent of what has recently come out, but I didn't like how they seemed kind of like they would like nag certain women about certain things, or kind of put them in positions to feel guilty, or pounce on like newer members that were in the company and that didn't know about this behavior. Like they were not the most healthy when they interacted with women. And I'm going to be honest about that. I'm not going to cover it up. That was a part of the story, and that's part of the reason why I was also extra triggered and why I had personal problems with them. Okay. And I didn't really want to say this, and this is why I shouldn't have involved myself initially, because I didn't want to say this. It was nothing, I wanted to clarify, it was nothing criminal. It was nothing criminal. It was just like weird. Like it was stuff that I would see and I was like, this is like, for lack of a better term, this is how I would imagine an incel would interact with women, right? That is like that's the easiest way I can explain it without giving specific examples and airing out specific people's business. It was like trying to watch someone that was very bad at interacting with women, or didn't know an appropriate way to do it at an appropriate time, do it. And I didn't fuck with that. So I distanced myself from this person when we still worked together. And that's why why I ended up stopping the podcast that I tweeted about. But like I said, it was nothing criminal. It was just like weird. Like anyone looking at it would be like, this is like weird. And like, it was like they weren't, it's like they were socially inept in certain regards. I wasn't like, damn, we need to call the police. It was just like, this is weird, right? This is odd. And so I was like, I don't know the extent of how odd this is or how odd this gets between other members. I'm not this person. I don't know how they interact with other people privately. But based on what I saw, I was like, I don't want to interact with them publicly because they could be doing stuff privately. I was just more, it was more to protect myself. And because like, I was like, I don't know if there's malice here or not. And I don't want to involve myself or get close to someone who could potentially do harm. Okay. It was more like I was just protecting my peace and trying to stay away from what could be an issue. Was it an issue? I don't know. Factually, I don't know. These are the vibes that I got. This is more my feelings. That's why I distance myself. Not all coworkers get along. That's kind of how life is. The interactions between women, allegations, I witnessed some of them myself. Some of them happened to some of my friends, but I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say what. I'm just saying I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I didn't like this person. Okay. This is bringing me back to my original point. Should you guys even know any of this shit from me? Should I be the one telling you this? Fuck no. Okay. I should not have aired this out. I should not have made my fucking tweet. I should not have said any of this shit. Okay. Because I'm not the person that this happened to, or I wasn't one of the girls that he was being weird to. I was just a bystander, or I was a third party, and it wasn't really my business at the end of the day, which is why I'm coming out here to say, like, I shouldn't have fucking said any of this shit. Okay. I was dumb. I was literally being impulsive, and within 10 minutes, I deleted the tweet and was like, damn, I'm idiot. And I guarantee like people at my old job don't want me talking about this, but I feel like it's more fucked up for me to just leave the tweets up as they are and not elaborate than it is for me to elaborate and give you, I guess, the full context so that you guys can make a decision. Because right now it's aunties making crazy accusations and then fans being like, well, now I'm stressed and don't know what's going on. So I at least wanted to give you as much as I can divulge without, in my opinion, slandering anyone, crossing a boundary, or saying things I shouldn't say. I just want to, I guess, give peace of mind in general. Due to seeing these like messages and my prior disdain for this individual who allegedly typed these messages in this video, I don't actually know. Like, I want to clarify the messages in the video. I don't know if they're real. Okay. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they aren't. Just because of the way I saw the like alleged message, how they were formatted and typed, it reminded me of stuff I dealt with when I was younger with like getting groomed or whatever. And then from what I already thought about this person, I jumped to a conclusion or made an impulsive decision to tweet the petty shit that I tweeted. I shouldn't have done it. Okay. I didn't even think about the consequences at the time because I was so blinded by my emotion. And honestly, I fucking should have. 10 minutes after I hit enter, I was like, well, I'm stupid. Like, I shouldn't have said that. And once you tweet something, it's already too late. You know, like, someone screenshotted it. It's out there. Like, I didn't want my tweet to be used as a think piece or seen as me corroborating allegations that came out because, like I said, I don't know if they're true. My intent with the tweet was honestly just to be like, yeah, this guy too. Like, that was it. The whole point of the tweet was me saying, fuck you, Lamau. Like, that's it. It was petty as shit. It was childish. I shouldn't have fucking done it. But that was my end goal, okay? And that was the extent of it. I didn't want it to be about the allegations. I didn't want it to be whatever. It was just an unnecessary ass, yeah, fuck this guy. Because in my mind, I always kind of thought he behaved weird with women. So this was like, oh, wow, my assumptions were right. You know, that was the point of the tweet. I shouldn't have said it. A lot of people were rightfully upset because of the way I tweeted this, or because I used this to air out my petty grievances that I wasn't taking sexual assault in general seriously because of the way I addressed the tweet initially. And I agree that my initial tweet did that. That wasn't my goal. I didn't even think about that. But I don't want to ever make it be like, oh, nah, I don't take this stuff seriously, because I really do, because I've experienced some levels of it growing up and on the internet and with me getting room. Like, I really do think it's serious. But like I said, I was being so stupid at the time, I didn't really think about it. The reason I deleted my initial tweet and made the new ones is because I do take essay very seriously, which is why after like 10 minutes of tweeting the first one, I was like, this is dumb. And I tried my best to correct it with the new tweets, but I was trying to be vague because I didn't want to have to do all this. I won't be speaking on if the specific allegations are true or not. I do have quote unquote insider information on like small behaviors due to me being in close proximity with this person. Like, if you work with someone and you talk with them and you see how they interact with others, like, you pick up traits about them that you may or may not dislike. And some of them do kind of fall in line with certain things that I've seen or have been alleged, but nothing is like, realistically, this shit could all be fake in the video. I don't know, right? So that's the whole point, is I shouldn't have said anything. I will say we were colleagues, so I do kind of understand how they behaved in certain aspects, but the newer stuff in the recent allegations, I had zero knowledge of. Okay, prior to this, I had not seen any of this. It was the first time I was hearing about 98% of it. One of the screenshots I've seen before a year ago. Okay, everyone saw it a year ago, but the newer stuff I had not seen until like a day ago when I tweeted the dumb petty shit. So I don't know if this is true or not. If this is true, I don't condone this behavior. And I want to also reiterate, I never accused this person of this either. I just tweeted, I don't fuck with them, Lamau. But during this time, this stuff was being alleged, which is an inappropriate time to say that. And also was inappropriate of me to even say that to begin with. There was nothing I gained from saying that. There's nothing this person gained from saying that. I was being stupid. Also, a lot of people have been saying, like, if I know something, I have to say something about allegations or whatever. And like I said, I don't really know much, but also I want to say, if I do know anything, it feels very wrong to platform someone else's story on their behalf. Like, a lot of people are like, well, you can't be vague and then just leave it at that. You have to say something. Well, that's essentially me outing a victim. So you want me to share someone else's story, which could easily lead to a witch hunt for people to find which person they think I'm talking about or which story it is. Being a victim is hard enough, so having your story be told on your behalf without your consent would make circumstances way more distressing. So I'm not gonna, like, whether or not there is anything I could share, I'm not gonna share it because people are demanding me to share someone else's story. I'm not doing that. That's inappropriate. I wouldn't do that if it was even a close friend of mine. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not the person who experienced the thing. The most problems I've had with this person is like them being a bit irritating to work with and me witnessing them behave in ways I didn't approve of. So I have nothing to say, which is why I shouldn't have said anything. Like I said, I'm not gonna cover it up. He did have some behaviors I didn't like, which is why I, after seeing the DMs and all that, I was like, kind of like, well, jump to conclusions in my brain, because I don't even know if the DMs are true. But in my brain, I was like, yeah, seems about right. And, you know, fucking made the tweet, which is so irresponsible. I want to apologize for that. I want to apologize for making it seem like it was not a serious thing being alleged. I also will be completely honest, since everyone is making me feel guilty for maybe covering up abuse or whatever, I will say, in my personal, very biased opinion, okay, take this with like 800 milligrams of sodium, enough for you to like die from sodium overdose. This, unfortunately, based off of what I have seen, does not seem like something that is completely out of character of behavior for this person to potentially do. Like, I could see a universe where this happens. It's not like I would never ever see this happening. That's not how I feel. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This seems possible. Is it real? I don't fucking know. Is it my business? No. You can trust falsely, personally talk to the victim. Well, I don't know false. I don't know who the victim is, and I don't have knowledge about either of this, so I'm not gonna speak about it. You're still accusing him. I'm not. I'm just saying, based off of behavior I've seen, this isn't something that I would write off as impossible. That's it. I'm not saying they did it. I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm just saying it's not like this is something that is impossible in my brain. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest about that. It's not something that's impossible in my brain. And like I said, I don't know if this is true or not, and I'm not gonna speak to if it's true or not because I don't fucking know. I'm just saying how I feel, and what I saw or the behaviors of this person is why I was distant from them when we worked together. That's it. You're making it worse. Well, in my opinion, I didn't say anything crazy. If you want to clip it out of context and not watch the full VOD, then that's your prerogative. But all I said is, like, it's not impossible. Me dying tomorrow isn't impossible either. But as someone who's dealt with SA and grooming myself and seeing the way people talk to people, it just triggers something within me to be like, hey, I could see, you know, this happening, right? But I don't know. I don't know, and that's the point. I don't know, so I shouldn't be fucking saying anything overall. I'm gonna conclude this with saying, moving forward, I'm never speaking about anything with my old company again. I will never be vague tweeting some dumb shit about my old company. I'm just gonna leave it at this point. It's just regressive, and it's just a distraction from the main content and stuff I want to do if I keep ending up in situations like this. And sorry for the way I handled all of this. It wasn't good. It wasn't necessary. None of this should have even happened. And don't send hate to anyone. Like I said, there's no proof of anything that I have. Like I said, I'm not denying other stories. I'm not proving other stories. I don't know. I'm removed from the equation, and because I'm removed